The special glasses. A wise person once said that there are special glasses. These glasses change the way you see things. Would you like to know how? Well, pay attention, because I'll tell you right now. The little girl liked spending her afternoons at her grandparents' house, where she would stay until her parents arrived from work. First, she would do her schoolwork, and her grandfather always helped her. He explained the things she didn't understand, though sometimes neither of them succeeded. So, they would call her grandmother. Sometimes she knew the answers, other times she didn't. Her grandmother loved cooking, and her grandfather was passionate about gardening. The girl enjoyed both, so she helped them both and learned in the process. One day, she arrived home very upset from school. The next day, there was supposed to be a field trip, but the weatherman, a term her grandmother explained was called meteorologist, had announced rain, so the trip would be cancelled.
Don't worry, I'm sure you'll go when the weather's better. Besides, you'll enjoy it more then.
Yes, Grandma. But what I love the most in the world is swimming.
That's exactly why. How will you go to the beach when it's raining? You go to the beach with an umbrella, not with a raincoat.
Grandma winked, but seeing that the girl was still not cheered up, she asked,
Shall we make a cake to sweeten your mood?
Sweeten my mood? What do you mean, Grandma?
Sweeten your mood. When someone is angry, they say their mood is sour, so you have to sweeten it.
Do we need to eat sugar, Grandma?
No, my dear. You need to do things you like, or put on the special glasses, and look at life and things with a different perspective.
The girl opened her eyes wide.
My special glasses? What are they like? Where are they?
Tell your grandfather to give you the special glasses.
The girl ran to find her grandfather. What would these special glasses look like? Would they work for her? She was really, really upset.
Grandpa, can you give me the special glasses?
So, the special glasses, huh?
He opened the drawer of the sideboard, took out some old glasses, and handed them to her.
Grandpa, but they don't have lenses.
And what's wrong with that? Don't you want the special glasses?
Yes, Grandpa, of course I want them.
Put them on.
The girl put them on, and her grandfather handed her a mirror. When she looked at herself in the mirror, the girl smiled. It was fun to see herself wearing those glasses.
See, your face has already changed. There's a smile now. The magic is starting to work.
Magic? Do you remember why you were upset? Yes, because the weatherman
Meteorologist.
The grandfather interrupted her.
said it was going to rain, and the field trip to the beach was cancelled. And what I like most in the world is swimming.
Well, you'll go another day when the sun shines, so what will you do tomorrow?
Asked the grandfather.
Well, the same thing as every day.
And don't you like going to school?
Well, I see my classmates and play with some of them at recess.
Do you like that?
Yes!
The girl's face brightened.
Anything else you like about school?
I like eating in the school cafeteria with my friends. You know, Grandpa, on my birthday, Mrs. Claire, the cook, makes me a special little cake, puts a candle on it, and everyone sings and claps when I blow out the candle. It's just for me because with all the people, we would be eating cake every day.
A smell of freshly baked cake wafted from the kitchen.
The cake!
The girl remembered and ran to find her grandmother and the cake. When her grandmother saw her wearing the glasses, she laughed.
See, your perspective has already changed. Aren't you angry anymore?
No, Grandma. It's okay if I don't go to the beach tomorrow. I'll go another day. I'll stay at school, play with my friends, and keep learning things. Besides, tomorrow is my best friend's birthday. Mrs. Claire, the cook, will make him his cake, and we'll all sing and clap for him on his special day.
As the cake cooled, the grandmother said.
Come sit with me.
The girl thought that she had never seen her grandmother or grandfather upset. In their house, there were no loud voices or fights. And although they were not always happy, they were calm. That's why she liked being at their house, because it felt peaceful. Plus, her grandparents were very affectionate and always ready to give her lots of love.
Grandma, do you and Grandpa never get angry because you have these special glasses?
The grandmother smiled.
Well, it's true that these special glasses have taught us that it's better to see the positive side of things.
The positive side? I don't understand.
Yes, imagine it's raining and you can't go to the beach to swim. but you can put on your rain boots and jump in puddles. When you can't do something you really want to do, think of or find something else you can enjoy. Change your perspective, remember these special glasses. Look for the positive and don't dwell on the negative. Because even if you don't see it, there is always something positive in everything. You just need to put on the special glasses and change the way you look at it.
Grandma, can I keep these special glasses?
Of course. But you don't need them anymore, because once you've worn them, their magic stays with you forever.
But I want to show them to my friends and give them the magic too.
That's fine, darling. But remember, the magic is in changing the way you look at things, finding the positive and not sticking to the negative.
The next day, during recess, she took out her special glasses and not only lent them to her friends, but also to anyone who wanted to change their perspective and keep the magic of seeing the positive and discarding the negative. And you? Do you have those glasses? I'll tell you a secret. You don't need them if you always look at the positive side of things and let the negative pass.
Dear wise children, we all have a pair of magical glasses inside us that can change the way we see things. These glasses have no lenses, but their power is incredible. If you ever feel sad or angry because things aren't going the way you expected, put on those glasses. You'll see how everything changes. Remember, dear children, it's not what happens, but how we look at it. There is always something positive. You just need to see it with the magic eyes. So the next time you feel a little sad or angry, put on your special glasses and look for the good. And when you find it, share that magic with everyone around you.
And you know what they say? Story told, smile if you liked it.